All right, guys. Here's the deal. No intro music, man. I need to know you guys can hear me. If this last time we had it was an epic fail, man. The mic was chopping up. The visual was blurry. The connection was just lost. If it's the same thing, man, I'm gonna continue to film. Come back to the channel in about an hour or 2 hours, and it'll just be presented as a regular video. Good, loud and clear right now. Okay. Let me know if it starts to fuck up, and I'm just gonna I'm gonna shut the stream, obviously. You guys should not have to listen to chopped up hour and a half of content. But I will, I'll end the stream, I'll keep filming, and then I will post it up on the channel. So all the topics that I want to talk about, you guys will still get it, just won't be live. So let me know if I'm chopping up, man. It sounds and looks okay on my end, but that doesn't mean shit. We found that out the other day. So luckily, I was able to post everything I wanted to talk about on Tuesday. I was able to post that yesterday in a special video. So thank you to the thousands of you guys that watched that. And incredible watch time too, man. You guys were nearly at a half an hour. The video itself was an hour. The average watch time was over a half of an hour. That's highly unlikely in YouTube world with attention spans being very small. So you guys rock that out, man. I appreciate that. Helps the algorithm just like all the ups, which you guys are headed toward 500 on that one. So thank you again as we head toward 100 on those ups. I just want to say I appreciate that, guys. So let me know if this thing implodes, all right? Because I'm going to keep fucking filming. And either way, you guys are going to get all these topics. But I do want to talk about Triple H and going to the USA Network. And he made good on what he said 7 years ago from what we're hearing. When Stone Cold asked him, what's the one thing he would change? You guys remember his answer. We're going to go over it. Well, what we're hearing this week is that he's trying to make good on it. I always say, man, you want the key to the master bedroom, right? Vince is giving Triple H all the keys to the other rooms in the house. Vince will not give him the master bedroom key, right? He won't even give him the key to the front door. H has to go fucking through the basement, to crawl up through the attic, try to find a slot through a window. But Vince isn't giving up those main keys. I'm telling you right now, if H is able to take that to 2 hours, that's a monumental shift, bro. And even BC has to go, damn, Vince is giving away the keys to somebody. This might actually be happening, but not so fast. Will USA Network agree to it? Will Vince actually say, you know what? Because Vince is still the owner. He's the majority shareholder, most voting power. Vince still has so much say. Are the suits and ties going to go with it? We'll see, man. But Triple H is making good on this shit, or trying to. We're going to go over that. We're going to go over the Dynamite review. Can't do the review. Tony Khan won't let me do the review. Tony Khan will not let me do Dynamite reviews. I was too fucking honest. And he tries to silence those that are too fair. I thought I was fair. I never thought I was that fucking bad. If Tony Khan thought that I criticized AEW, he doesn't want to see me criticize WWE. Maron! Tony Khan would never survive a BC critiquing Raw, man, over the last 6 years. But what we will go over is the AEW Dynamite rating, man. We're going to see if they were finally able to hit 1 million with another themed Wednesday night show, man. This one was the Quake at the Lake. So were they finally able to hit 1 million? Are they still hovering around that 950? Did they drop to a 900? We're going to find that out together, man. First, making my fucking Dunkin' Donut original coffee, man. This is my 7th of the day. Not just Dunkin'. My last one was a Dunkin', though. It was a frozen coffee out in the world, man. Salute. Let's get that texture going, man, with a little bit of cream. Oh, yeah. You like that, huh? Look at that texture. That's a Dunkin' coffee. You can always tell when you hit the cream, it's always a lighter texture, man. That's how you can always tell it's a Dunkin' original. Mickie James, man. Mickie James, I want to give a salute. It looks like she is retiring. Maybe she'll do a match here and there, right? You never say never in pro wrestling. But she did pretty much put out, well, not pretty much, she put out a post alluding to the fact that she was done when fans tried to call her out and be like, hey, are you saying you're retired? What's the deal? Her response was, I literally feel like I've done everything in professional wrestling. I just don't feel like there's anything left for me to do. That's why I say if there's a phone call and it's the right thing, I think Mickie will absolutely wrestle again. But for the most part, for her to not even think about retirement, but to actually say it, to do it, just like that, say, I don't think there's anything left. I think I'm done until the right situation comes around, which will just be once in a blue moon. Mickie James is saying that's it. So much respect, man. The first salute is going to Mickie James. Thank you for a tremendous fucking career. I hope we see you in the ring again. But if not, man, you gave us enough fucking matches and memories to last 3 lifetimes, man. Mickie James was always one of BC's favorites. So to Mickie James, salute! A very, very fucking well-established, kick-ass career by Mickie James. Also, I want to give a salute to a couple of super thankers from my last video, yesterday's actually. Osea Weidman with that $9.99. I saw that shit. The super thanks, they light up in a different color, so your comment sticks out. So don't think I didn't see that, Osea Weidman. $9.99. Saying thank you to BC. I'm giving that thanks right back to you, Osea. And Wisdom of Charlie Grin. Old school chillin' with Charlie Grin with that 2 spot. I saw that shit, dog. Appreciate that. Wisdom. Got to get used to the fucking name change. As long as Vince McMahon didn't change the name, we're good. Wisdom and Osea. I appreciate that. So that's it. Let me give a couple more salutes, man. To the super thankers from that yesterday's video, man. Salute. Wait, I got to give another salute. We just hit over 100 on the ups, and we're just getting started, man. I'm with you guys for the next hour-ish. BC was on a little bit of a delay, obviously, so we're going to go at least till 4:30 p.m. Eastern time. If the quality holds up. I mean, again, the connection Tuesday was so horrible, we had to end the stream. Hopefully that doesn't happen. If it does, I'm going to keep filming and keep recording, keep streaming. But it'll just go up later on the channel as a regular video. So salute to the 100 plus of you guys that smashed that up, man. I appreciate it. Hopefully you guys are kicking this Thursday's ass, man. If you guys would like a live stream tomorrow night for SmackDown, let me know. I might have a couple hour window where I can actually live stream the entire SmackDown tomorrow night. I would like to do that. I know some of you guys don't like that. You like the review on the next day because that's just your thing. I totally hear you, but it's not often I get to do a Friday live stream for SmackDown, a watch-along live reaction. It's not often I get to do that, once in a blue moon, so I would like to do that with you guys. If anybody is interested, we can call SmackDown together, see all the changes, talk about it together, see, so we're just not putting on fucking rose-colored glasses and thinking there's change. We can actually shoot the shit and see it together. So I am thinking about doing that tomorrow. Also, obviously, Amplified Live tomorrow, too. That would not be changed. We're still going to be Amplified Live at around 3 p.m. Eastern Time, and then I'll just come back a few hours later. So let me know. Not just for 1 hour, guys. Both hours for SmackDown tomorrow. I'm thinking about it. All right, so we got the Mickie James Dynamite rating a little bit later. The Triple H thing is the main story with USA Network. What else do I want to talk about? Real quick, Bray Wyatt, my boy Bray Wyatt. You guys know it's a Bray Wyatt channel. It's a Sasha Banks channel. It's a Bray Wyatt channel. Man, a couple of stars, one legend from the past, from the past, and one current superstar, man. They're planting Bray Wyatt seeds, man. Karrion Kross recently it was like a retweet or a repost on one of his socials that a fan put out of Scarlett and him, Karrion Kross, aka Killer Kross for a lot of you, versus Alexa Bliss, Bray Wyatt. And he actually reposted that shit among 2 other posts, by the way, sub-posts, that he put up about Bray Wyatt or to do with Bray Wyatt. And it got a lot of fans speculating because the second that Karrion came back to WWE last Friday, everybody started to talk about Wyatt. Now, a lot of these wrestlers, man, they don't really do things like that unless they are hearing rumblings or there's a chance that it's going to happen. I would not put it past that Karrion Kross is hearing rumblings, because BC's been telling you for a while now, all of the evidence that we are collecting from Bray himself, whenever he does break his silence and speak, Bray is pretty much telling you he's going back to WWE. If you really listen to the dude, if you really dissect his cryptic messages, he's basically telling you on a silver platter he's coming back. You got to believe Karrion Kross is absolutely hearing the same rumblings, and he put that up. And John Cena, man, over the last 24 hours, John Cena put up 2 posts. One of them, no caption at all, which he usually does, I guess. Just kind of cryptic in his own right. And it was just Bray Wyatt. Just Bray. And then he put up a second post of Bray knocking out the Thugonomics character, I think it was, of John Cena. Double post by Cena. Now, Cena, obviously, he's been away from WWE as far as in-ring and within those walls, but he's hearing nonstop from so many people what is happening in that company at all times. You gotta believe that's not coincidence that John Cena is putting that up. Usually when Cena does that, some type of ripple effect is happening within a week, 2 weeks. So, I don't know what that means. Is Bray Wyatt showing up at Clash at the Castle? I would say 90% yes. I think at the Clash, Bray Wyatt shows up. I don't know if it's going to be in an announced match, which means he would have to show up Monday to get that situated, or is he a surprise for Clash? But I absolutely believe that he is going to show up there, and they're going to have him ready for Saudi Arabia in October, 1 month later, when they try to get anybody and everybody that they can. That's where you're going to get Goldberg, whether you like it or not. Get the sparklers ready, because here he comes. Goldberg is going to be back. They're going to try to get Bray Wyatt to re-sign a little quicker, if he hasn't already, a little quicker than maybe he was going to. But I absolutely believe that JR9, Bray attack Edge at Clash. There you go. Bray Wyatt versus Edge. And Edge's winning streak is really good at pay-per-views. So if you say who, both can't lose, right? Edge should not be losing against Bray. There's no way Bray should be losing to Edge if that's his first feud. I mean, you're doing the same type of booking Vince did. There's no way Bray can lose against Edge. I would find a way to have Bray Wyatt defeat Edge. Do it in a way where Edge kind of saves face. He doesn't look like a bum, obviously. But there's no way Bray could lose that match. Bray would need the W much more than Edge would, I guess. But I would totally be down with that. Humble says Kevin Owens. Could you imagine Owens in Fiend? But Fiend would work better as a heel off the jump. I think they're trying to go Kevin Owens heel trajectory. So I don't know. You guys are coming up with some good, do the Goldberg, man. This time fucking get the revenge on Goldberg, right? How Bray Wyatt was done filthy from Goldberg years ago in Saudi Arabia, mind you. Super Showdown, I think it was, for the championship. Right, let's have some fucking, let's pay that back, right? A little bit of a receipt. But I don't think it's a coincidence that guys in the walls right now, like Karrion Kross, or guys, the legends that are no longer there but hear everything, like John Cena. I don't think it's a coincidence that you're starting to see all this chatter and posts on social about Bray Wyatt. It's not a coincidence at all. I'm telling you right now, man. I've been telling you for weeks and even months, guys. He's coming to WWE. He's coming back. And it's looking like it's more imminent than ever before. So I did want to talk about that real quick as well. And Triple H, man. Let me get to the main topic now, so I know we have enough time, and while there's still a connection. So, Triple H wants Raw at 2 hours. Bottom line. There was a meeting that we heard Friday with the USA Network. No way BC could even say that because there was no confirmation. It was a rumor that we had heard. Now, let me get my facts together here, man. Let me go over my notes. That was Friday that we heard that. Nobody reputable should be saying that because it was all speculation at that point. It was all but confirmed on Tuesday, though. That's when we started to hear that certain individuals that were at that meeting, yeah, that's exactly their location, man, for USA Network. Like, I'm talking at the location, man, not just phone calls. So that's when we started to go, fuck, dude. BC surely didn't have enough evidence to make a video about it. Again, I don't like speculation or anything like that unless there's a lot of substance. So even though it was all but confirmed on Tuesday, I still wasn't going there, bro. But Freddie Prinze Jr. recently opened up the conversation for the public. So BC is not alone on the island here. I'm not going to be the one to take the hit on this one, man. I'm giving that to Freddie Prinze Jr. for opening up this line of communication. But Freddie Prinze Jr. on his podcast, he's hearing the same exact shit, and he's saying that don't be surprised if there's a major shakeup in that format for Raw in the form of going to 2 hours. So I'm glad that somebody else started that so I can tell you what I've been hearing as well from my people down in Florida. Again, they're usually damn reputable, but I didn't want to jump that boat yet, man. There's no way I could say something like that and there's just no confirmation to it. So I let Freddie Prinze Jr. or somebody do it first. But that's exactly, I can back this dude on that, man. That's exactly what I was hearing on Friday. It was doubled down on Tuesday. And if this dude, Freddie Prinze, wants to talk about it and he's hearing the same thing, I think there's only one conclusion here, guys. Triple H is damn sure trying his almightiest, Bob Lashley style, his almightiest to get Raw back to 2 hours. You guys recall the man of 3 H's and what he said 7 years ago on the Stone Cold podcast, correct? Most of you guys remember. I'll reiterate. This is exactly what Triple H said on the Stone Cold podcast. This was 7 years ago. He had no real control over Raw or WWE. But 7 years ago on the Stone Cold podcast, Stone Cold literally asked Paul Levesque, the single thing that he would change about Raw. The single thing he'd change about Raw. Triple H, Paul Levesque answered, and I quote, "If I could change anything on Raw, I'd love it to be going back to 2 hours." The third hour of television is so exponentially hard to write. I can't even begin to describe it to you. It just is really difficult. When Stone Cold then asked Paul if WWE was married to the 3-hour model, Paul answered, and I quote, "It's a decision between Vince and the financial people in meetings that honestly I avoid." He was honest. He wants nothing to do with the financial shit. Well, here we are. Here we are, 7 years later. Oh, how the tables have turned and the tides have changed. Paul now does have power. Paul is running the helm, for the most part, we believe. Obviously, Vince McMahon is always going to have his blueprint on these shows, but we're starting to learn by the show, by the week, how much power does Triple H really have. Now we're about to find out. This is that major shakeup that BC was waiting for, right? Is Paul Levesque going to stand up to Vince McMahon? Not be rude to his father-in-law, not be an asshole, not put Stephanie in a weird predicament where her father and her fucking husband are at war, but stand up and say, dude, if you want this company to go through the stratosphere, if you truly believe in me, I need this show at 2 hours. It is clear as day that is holding us back. If Monday Night Raw is not at 2 hours, you will continue to get the hour plus of filler bullshit that will turn audiences away. In a roundabout way. I mean, he doesn't have to he doesn't have to say it that amplified. But that's all he has to say. I mean, this is what he told Stone Cold, man. 7 years ago, and I quote again, when Stone Cold said, he looked right at H and he asked, what's the one thing, the single thing you would change about Raw? And Triple H, Paul Levesque, looked right at Stone Cold and he said, if I could change anything on Raw, I'd love it to be going to 2 hours again. The third hour of television is so exponentially hard to write, I can't even begin to explain it to you, he says. It just is really difficult, Steve. I mean, he was speaking from the heart how much he does not like that third hour. His buddy, Kevin Nash, you guys remember what Nash said, man? Kevin Nash said the following on his pod. This was just recently on the Click podcast. Kevin Nash said recently, and I quote, I think the biggest problem the company has right now is that Raw is 3 hours long. It's like asking your fan base every Monday to watch fucking Titanic or Avatar. It's just too fucking long. I mean, you can't say he's wrong. You can't say the dude's wrong. Kevin Nash knows, man. I know he wasn't always the best for business, but the dude knows about the business. I mean, everybody in this clique, whether it's H or his friends, anybody in the business that knows anything about business knows that what's hurting WWE is the 3-hour format. Why hasn't it changed over the past several years? Guys, that's the financial side of business. USA Network, even though the numbers were going down to under 1.5 at one point, just recently, this year, they were fucking around with 1.5s. Even that, you got 3 hours. USA Network is still, that's their top rated show. So they're getting 3 hours out of 2. Why would they want to change that? You have to really sell them that in 2 hours you can make that up. You got to basically tell them that there is a chance that you can pull over 3.0 for 2 straight hours. Is that possible? Absolutely. Just last week, for instance, post SummerSlam, and there was other reasons as well. Word that Sasha Banks might show up last week. There was word that H was going to make a statement show. They pulled nearly a 2.3, guys. Almost a 2.3 when just 2 months ago they were fucking around with 1.5. So don't tell me you can't jump up 0.7. Now, they went up 1.5 to 2.3. That's a 0.8. You go up 0.7, you're now at a 3.0. And it just takes a few months of good shows to captivate your audience that you do have and bring back some of the audience that you once had. You can absolutely pull 3.0 again and do it 2 hours straight. You would wind up at an average of or a plus on that of 6.60 over 2 hours. 3.0, 3.0. 6.0. If you're pulling in 3 hours of average 1.5, well, now you're at a 4.5. The 6.0 trumps the 4.5, and business is booming. And when business is booming for WWE, business will be booming for USA Network. The problem, again, is you have to sell them on that. Otherwise, they're getting 3 hours of getting big money from the advertisements. Because that's how this works, guys. USA Network gave a boatload of money to Vince McMahon's World Wrestling Entertainment. In return, how does USA Network get their money back? All those ads you see, Vince doesn't get a dime of that. USA Network is getting every commercial ad. All of that shit. And they try to recoup what they gave Vince. Same thing with Fox. They gave Vince $1 billion. Now every commercial you see, Fox is getting that money back. So now you have to tell USA Network, well, we're going to drop a whole fucking hour of commercials. I mean, it doesn't equal an hour of commercials, but an hour of television, that's 4 to 5 more commercial breaks. See what I'm saying? There's a whole business side of it, guys. Whole business side. And that's why years ago, it should have obviously went back to 2.0. We found that out 5+ years ago. We found out that the 3-hour format was killing World Wrestling Entertainment. A company that didn't want to care about fucking storylines anyway or creating larger-than-life characters. Nah, that takes too much time and energy. So the company was already kind of suffering, and then you add on a third fucking hour that cannot be taken away because finances. Everybody's trying to squeeze every last cent out of any corner of this machine. And you know why? Because nobody had the confidence that they could be making more money. Nobody had the confidence that this company could get a better rating, could get higher viewership. Nobody had the confidence. Instead, they would go out there every quarterly meeting that they would have, and they would say, TV's down across the board. Nobody's watching TV anymore. Numbers are just down. Those that once watched us are kind of growing up, having families, and they just don't turn back around. No, you got to make them turn around, motherfucker. You're telling me families ain't watching or parents ain't watching Walking Dead? Kids and families are not watching Stranger Things or Breaking Bad or fucking Better Call Saul? Game of Thrones? You're telling me grown-ups don't watch television on the time allotted that it comes out? No, they are. You got to give them a fucking reason, bruh. You got to give them a fucking reason, bruh. You can't just hide behind, well, people just don't watch a lot anymore. And I'm not saying there's no truth to that. You got to make them give a fuck. The NFL was on a little bit of a downward slide over the past several years. You know what they did last year? They pulled up a 10 plus. I think it was near 11% increase in viewership live. 11% live. Because they twisted a few things around, man. Switched a few things, got rid of a few things, added things that should have been fucking added years ago. Voila, 11% more people tune in live. What the fuck happened? I thought they're just going away by the year. No, you got to give them a reason. My point is this. I absolutely am with Triple H, Paul Levesque on this. I've been with Levesque on this, man. It's got to go to 2 hours. It sucks. As wrestling fans, you're losing an hour of wrestling, you think, right? Well, what the fuck? We're just hurting ourselves here. We're getting rid of a whole hour. It's fun, right? 8 to 11. We get 3 hours of wrestling every Monday. It's not fun, though, guys. It's a chore a lot of weeks. We're hoping that she's already started a little bit. We're hoping that changes for the better. But it's a chore to get through Monday Night Raw, unless it's like really good television, like Attitude Era-esque. It's a fucking chore, right? I mean, a lot of these shows, after the first half an hour, you find yourself kind of slouched in your fucking chair as if you just had 6 fucking NyQuil fucking tablets. And you're trying to wake yourself up. Kevin Nash is correct. When Kevin Nash says, and I quote, I think the biggest problem the company has right now is that Raw is 3 hours long. It's like asking your fan base every Monday to watch the fucking Titanic or Avatar. It's just too fucking long. I agree. I agreed with Triple H when he looked at Stone Cold in his eyes and said the one thing I would change about Raw from the jump, the biggest single thing is I would bring it back to 2 hours because it is so exponentially hard to write that third hour. I can't even explain it to you, he tells Steve. I can't even explain it to you. In his words, it is just so really difficult. This is a guy who did a lot of good shows on the Black and Gold. I absolutely give him the credit on it. A lot of good storylines were produced down in NXT. You know, he did good in that 2 hour format. It's a guy who knows that third hour, it might not seem like a lot, man. That's 50% more television time than these companies are used to. So we're hearing that these meetings took place. Again, I'm always, you guys know me, man. I'm always trying to confirm that, so I'm going to get more word on that. But just as other people are starting to hear the same thing, now we're starting to see the video resurface in the words that Triple H said 7 years ago, and it's backing up what we're hearing that Triple H is trying to do. Trying. And then it raises a question. If you go 2 hours amplified unit, do you stick at 8 to 10, or do you try to get that TV MA rating, or MA? They're never going to be MA. What am I saying, man? Maybe Saturday night's main event at 1 a.m. TV 14, correction. Do you try to go for the TV 14 rating? TV MA, man. If that's the case, Sable, Sonny's coming back. Nydia, you guys remember Nydia? If it's TV 14, do you go 9 to 11? At that point, you're going to lose a lot of your younger audience. And at that point, I think it's clear what they're doing, right? They're finally catering to their main demographic, which is 18 to 49. You know, a lot of times we hear, obviously, man, they cater to kids, man. It's a kids' television show. And why I get what you're saying, Matt, right? You're saying that because a lot of the shit is fucking, it's Fruit Loopy, right? I mean, you got people chasing each other around. You got people in costumes, bunny rabbits fucking bouncing around, people dressed up like trash cans or trees, the fucking water gun fights. I get it, right? That's why people say it's for kids, but it's not. If you look at the actual demos, the 18 to 49 rocks the kids demos, both. From, I think it was a 0-10 and even the 13 to 19 demo. 13-18. Rocks it, guys. Like, not even close. You're talking over 70% it's adults. So do you finally say, what the fuck have we been doing for the past 10 plus years? And do you finally cater again to the majority of the adult audience? That's the big question. When Raw started, you got to remember, it was at that 9 o'clock hour. So it's not like they're foreign to going live at 9 o'clock. What do you guys got unit? Do you guys have, a lot of you guys are saying 9 to 11. So you guys would go 9 to 11 over 8 to 10. Because you can't. JR's 2 a.m. in the UK would be rough. Yeah, man. But you'd go 11 anyway, because you're going to 11 anyway. So now you're just starting an hour later, but you're still going to the 11 o'clock. So, I mean, most of you guys are saying 9 to 11. I'm with you guys, man. If you're going to go 2 hours, if you are going to bring back that TV 14 rating, which we're still hearing rumblings that they want to do that. That schmuck fucking Zarian last month fucking totally bullshitted that one. Talk about premature reporting. That's what separates real reporters and journalists from fucking frauds. But there was rumblings that they want to do that. If they go TV 14, I think it's sitting in their lap 9 to 11. I mean, you're basically saying you want to cater to that 18 to 49 demo more. Well, there's no better way to do it than to 9 to 11. I think that's the way to fucking do it, so. But that's fucking huge. If he's able to do this, I'm telling you right now, man, because I've not been easy on H, nor should I be. Everybody is getting on their knees once he was labeled as the head of creative and talent relations, and everybody started sipping the Triple H Kool-Aid. I didn't want to. I want him to show me that this product is going to get better. I don't give a fuck what he really did with Black and Gold. I don't give a fuck how he was one of my favorite wrestlers growing up, man, as the cerebral assassin. No, much love. Thank you for that. But now we need a show, a product, a company that has been overly horrendous for over 10 years now. We need that train to get back on track. I don't give a fuck what you did in the past. It's what have you done for us lately. I'm not going to drink any Kool-Aid. I've been hard on H. If he is able to get this show to 2 hours, brah, we are now off to the races. And that just showed BC that Vince has given Triple H the master bedroom key. Now he's pretty much got the key to the entire house. But it's going to take something huge, like moving that shit to 2 hours. If he is able to actually do that. And I firmly, man, am standing behind that dude, man. I absolutely believe it has to go to 2 hours. There's no doubt about it. Let me switch gears real quick, man, over to the AEW Dynamite rating for last night. AEW Dynamite scored 972,000 viewers. This information came out just 5 minutes ago. They were unable yet again to hit 1 million. Again, I repeat, AEW Dynamite, a themed Dynamite yet again, has failed to hit 1 million. They pulled in 972, which is right around their 850, 950 base. The theming was able to capture them 22 more thousand. Now what I would like to do, though, because last week, what was last week's? Last week's rating was, that was for 8.4, I believe, correct? Or 8.3, I should say. I think that was 8.3, so that's going to be real telling, man. Did they go up at least from that? They must have, right? 938. 938 was last week. 938 last week at 972. 48, 58, 68. 34,000, guys. So they went up. Now, there was a lot of hype. It wasn't just Quake at the Lake. There was a lot of hype that there was going to be a return last night. A lot of people thought possibly Kenny Omega, but the other half was thinking CM Punk. No matter what, people were expecting a big surprise comeback last night. It was either going to be Omega or Punk. I think we all pretty much knew that. Tony Khan, the dude does too many interviews, and he basically said that without saying it. You know, he alluded to it already, kind of ruining the surprise, but whatever. He's trying to bring hype and eyeballs to his show. So we knew that one of them were coming. Now, Kenny Omega, okay. You can make the argument there's still a lot of people that don't know a lot about Omega. So far, Omega has not been booked the way he should be in AEW. And I know there was that time where he had all the belts. The booking was just a little off, man. It's not the same Omega from years ago in Japan when he really came to prominence without any help from WWE. I just would have booked Kenny Omega so fucking differently, man. It's so odd. But he's had some good moments. But you can make the argument that a lot of people still don't know him, so there wasn't that much hype. But when you have that much hype that CM Punk might be coming back and they still don't hit a fucking milli, you only gained 34 G's from last week. Something is wrong. I understand the momentum is gone. It's away from AEW, right? Now Triple H's Raw is fucking with 2 million. Khan is still trying to get the 1 million. I understand the momentum is gone. I understand there was injuries. But you heard Punk might be coming back, bro. How does that not excite? I mean, I know. I'm not excited about it either. Man, Quake at the Lake. This is like the third themed Wednesday show in like the past 4 weeks, correct, guys? I believe there was, what was it, Fyter Fest 1 and 2? I think it was Fyter Fest. Like week 1, week 2. And then there was Quake at the Lake. I think it was like 3 in 4 or 5 weeks. 3 themed. It's basically like being presented like a mini pay-per-view. With gimmick match. Oh, Fight for the Fallen. Thank you. Not Fyter Fest. Fight for the Fallen. Whatever the fuck. I mean, when you're putting all of this shit into themes and gimmick matches, and it just ain't working, bro. At some point, you got to go back to the drawing board and dedicate more time to storylines. Like MJF and Wardlow. That was really good. We haven't seen anything like that from that company since. We haven't even seen MJF since. You gotta concentrate on storylines. Stop with the gimmick weeks, man. Every Wednesday, I gotta call it something different, not Dynamite. Quake at the Lake. Fucking don't go to Boston. Awesome in Boston. No Pity in New York City. What's one for Philadelphia? Anybody got anything that rhymes with Philadelphia? Come on, let's get names, man. You got fucking, come on. There's over 400 of you up in the fucking chat in the middle of a fucking Thursday afternoon. You guys ain't got some good ones? Every Wednesday is a new fucking themed Dynamite. No, it's just a Dynamite, man. Why does it have to be a Quake at the Lake? Once in a while, I get it. It's okay, man. Silly in Philly, a pea by the sea, shiver by the river. I shiver by the river. Oh, no. You did shiver by the river. Oh, man. You guys popped BC there. It's not working, man. For those of you just tuning in, man, this just broke 972,000 viewers with CM Punk's return, and people knowing that it was either going to most likely be Punk or Omega last night. And with a themed event, knowing that one of your big stars are coming back, I hope this opens Tony's eyes. Stop storylines, dude. It's the same thing I tell Triple H. I'm not sipping the Triple H Kool-Aid either. Storyline, when they hit that 2-3, I told you guys, H and Raw was going right back under 2 this week. And guess what? I was right. They went right back under 2. People showed up for 4 reasons the night after SummerSlam. But we don't have those storylines yet that are captivating us. We hope to have them by Triple H soon, but we don't yet. And that's why they lost 300,000 viewers this week. So, you know, I actually, for the first time in 3 weeks, I watched a couple matches up front, and then I just had to call it quits. It was not entertaining for me. They opened up with a fucking casket match. Darby versus Brody. And they ended it with Brody being choked out on the outside, and then he lets go, and then Brody just falls into the casket, and the casket falls. It was so silly. It was so fucking silly. Sting is like fucking looking at, Who was Sting looking at? Sting and Malachi were staring at each other. I didn't know if they were going to fight or ask each other out on a date. So that opened it. So you had a gimmick match opening it. You had the coffin match. And then right after, you went into a tornado tag match. Now, I thought that's just AEW tag matches. I thought they're just all tornado matches because you would never know the difference. There's no rules in a tag team match ever, man. The referee sits in the fucking corner, twiddles his thumb. Sometimes he puts one of them up his ass, but he doesn't call any fucking rules out. Nobody ever follows tag team rules in AEW. So it's a tornado. They actually called it that this time. And I watched the match, and I just, everyone's doing, this is awesome. And I'm just like, what's awesome, man? Does anybody give a fuck? Andrade had the bitch and moan, right? He liked the fucking post that Miro did about them not being booked properly. So whenever people do that, they're used the next night on their show. So Andrade on social showed that he was not happy with his booking. So Tony Khan gives him a tornado tag victory last night. I literally just talked about that in yesterday's video, man. Fucking how Andrade was more relevant in Ric Flair's last match last week than anything he's done in AEW, and here he is collecting a W last night. That's not by coincidence. But so they had a tornado tag match, and I just can't say that I cared about it. I saw moves. Choreographed gymnastics. I didn't see anything that I gave a fuck about. I don't know how more brutally honest I can be with you guys, man. I don't need any more bangers. Banger! It's a banger! Did you see Andrade do the 250, 620, 390 Ultra Sunray splash? I did. Just like I saw every other wrestler on the fucking roster do it. I'm done with bangers. Make me give a fuck about the banger. Oh my goodness. It was back in the day I used to have this video game. Now I'm not a big gamer, so a lot of you guys don't even probably know what I'm talking about. The games have changed so much. But back in the day, I think it was maybe Xbox. I think it was Xbox. It was Raw versus SmackDown. And you could actually be the general manager. And you could run your show against the computer show. So I would be, for instance, Monday Night Raw, and the computer would be SmackDown, and I would make a card. I would put all the wrestling matches together, and I would try to beat them in the ratings. That's when the games were fun. I'd be putting together fucking one gimmick match after another. That's what it reminded me of last. Right, I would have like a fucking Falls Count Anywhere match starting it off. Then I would have a ladder match. Then a no DQ match. Then a steel cage match. And somehow the fucking computer still fucking beat me, the sons of bitches. I'm still pissed off about that 20 years later, by the way. 15, whatever it's been. There's no way they beat me, man. I had nothing but gimmick matches. But it reminded me of that in the first two matches. Like the theme, it's Quake by the Lake. It's a coffin match. Then we go into a tornado match. Tag match. And after that, I was kind of like, yeah. You know what I mean? I'm kind of done with the night. I kind of want to see Mox and Jericho, but I'm just so out of it, man. I pretty much knew Thunder Rosa was probably going to be in a tag team match with Thunderstorm, right? Tony Storm. I don't know. How was Thunder Rosa used last night? You talk about a flop. A flop for the Women's Championship in AEW. That's what they took the title off of Britt Baker for? For this Thunder Rosa title reign? Fuck that shit. This has been one of the worst title reigns I've ever seen in pro wrestling, and I've seen over 3 decades of this shit. How was Rosa used last night? Did she have anything fucking prevalent, finally? Thunder Rosa was still backstage. Was it just a promo? She just had another interview last night. 30-second promo for Thunder Rosa. I don't even doubt that. I pretty much knew that's what she would get. They don't know what the fuck to do with her. Every now and again, they might have her in a match. For the most part, tag team up. You're going to be Thunderstorm with the title. Reminds me of Asuka when Asuka had the championship, but they fucking held the hand of Lana. And then when Charlotte came back, they kicked Lana to the curb and they had Charlotte hook up with Asuka. There was just one main problem. Asuka was the fucking title holder. She shouldn't have been in tag teams. Oh, fucking thunderstorm. Just like any other thunderstorm. You can't wait for it to be over. Unfucking real, bro. Thunderstorm my ass. How about you book Thunder Rosa dominantly, prevalently, and then you can play around with fucking tag matches. Until you do that, man, Thunderstorm should not be on our screen. 30-second promo last night for Thunder Rosa. Fucking A, man. You know who's getting... Jade Cargill is booked better. The, what do you call her? The TBS champion. The TBS champion, Jade Cargill, who, by the way, just gets better and better by the week. Jade Cargill has a million times better title reign than Thunder Rosa. Legit. Jade Cargill has a million times better title reign. And she just goes out there for the most part and squashes motherfuckers. I think she's like 36-0, something like that, right? 36, 37-0. She's totally undefeated. She feels special. She feels prestigious when she comes down the aisle. When I see Rosa, I just think, oh, how are they going to fucking try not to botch this? That's not even shade to Rosa, by the way. A sweetheart of a human being, totally. The booking? Forget about it. And she does. She just has to get a little better in the ring, too. It's just sad, man, that this is what we took the title off of Britt Baker, and it's clear Tony had no direction, and Tony did not know how to utilize Rosa. And then we saw matches where Rosa went into business for herself, and it was just sloppy, and it was a shit fest, and now you have the title reign where we are at. The fucking truth, man. What else last night? AEW Tag Team Championships. How were they on the show last night? You're going to be getting a fucking Trios Championship tournament. Two things I can't stand in pro wrestling. 6-man tags. I call them schmaz matches. So now we're going to have a whole division of 6-man tags. Probably 2 6-mans every fucking Wednesday, I'm guessing. And we're going to have to do a fucking tournament to get to it. With Brock Lesnar's bootleg fucking, bootleg kid. What's his name? Parker Bordeaux. I swear, he's like a fucking bootlegged Brock Lesnar. Got some talent, though. I'm going to give this kid another chance. But you see him backstage, the way that his shirts are printed up and everything. Dude, you can't do that, man. That's Brock's gimmick. He's in this tournament somehow, too, by the way. Parker Bordeaux is going for a fucking 6-man tag tournament championship, trios title. Two things I can't say. Anyway, no. There's no way that I can sit through 2 hours of fucking Dynamite like that. Fix this shit. Why does everybody have a title? Everybody's got a fucking title in this company. It's almost like Tony Khan just wants to mark out backstage. Oh my God, can I hold it? What about you? Come here. Can I hold yours? Ooh, Adam Cole, yours is pink. Is that the Owen Hart? Let me hold it. Stop the fucking titles. How many 6-man tags do you guys need to see, man? Now we have trios titles. How many storylines do you think you're going to get with this? Oh, I know. It doesn't matter about the storylines, BC. We're going to see 6 dudes in tornado-style schmaz matches. It's going to be a fucking banger. We're going to have bangers, basically. One guy's going to do a suicide dive. The other's going to do the moonsault. You know, when everybody gets together on the outside, all other 5 dudes, and they get together in a giant hug. And then the one extra guy, he does a moonsault from the top. And he dives on everybody, and everyone catches him. Oh, yeah, I love that, basically. I've never saw that one. Everybody's going to set up for each other's fucking spot fest. No. I don't need any more bangers. I don't watch pro wrestling for bangers. Fuck your work rate. I don't care what kind of gymnastics you can do. Fuck that shit. I need storylines. I need larger than life characters. I need to give a fuck. There's no difference to BC from that Andrade Tornado tag match or that fucking coffin match with Brody and Darby. No difference between that and watching the Viking Raiders in a squash match. At least then I know I'm getting two dudes that are gonna get destroyed. They're gonna get fucked out of their boots. Sounds kinky. You guys know what I'm talking about. They're fucking destroyed. They're done. They're gonna get annihilated. That's fun to BC. That's fun. And in the process, you're gonna build them up, hopefully. No, they botched that. Kofi Kingston comes down and beats one of the Raiders 90 seconds after that squash match. The point is, if a jobber match is done correctly, there's no difference between that and a coffin match. Nobody, and I mean nobody, is gonna go in 2 months from now. Do you remember the Brody and Darby coffin match? Do you remember Andrade's Tornado tag match at Quake at the Lake? We're going to remember storyline. Why are we still talking about MJF and Wardlow to this day? MJF hasn't even been in this company for a couple months. Why are we still talking about it? Because that was the only captivating storyline in all of pro wrestling, it seems, for the past several years. That's why we still talk about it. We remember storylines. We remember larger than life characters, and we remember the matches and the moments when it means the most. Bret Hart, British Bulldog, SummerSlam 92, Wembley Stadium. We remember the match. We remember the fruity roll-up at the end. We remember the championship changing hands. We remember the Bret Hart cradle position as he looks up at Bulldog as the victor. We remember Bret Hart, Owen Hart, WrestleMania 10. We remember Shawn Michaels and Undertaker at 25. We remember Mick Foley, Undertaker, King of the Ring. We remember the Royal Rumble, 1991, when Sergeant Slaughter took on Hulk Hogan. Or WrestleMania 7, that was after Rumble 91. And Hulk Hogan not only won while he was wearing the crimson mask, but he was waving the red, white, and blue because we were involved in an actual war there, and Vince McMahon used that as a story. Royal Rumble, if you do want to go to 91, we remember Macho Man Randy Savage costing Ultimate Warrior the championship, and Sergeant Slaughter defeats Warrior. My point is, I can go on and on. We remember that shit. Stone Cold filling Vince McMahon's Corvette with cement. Stone Cold coming to the ring with a beer truck. The Rock tossing the fucking IC title in the river. APA beating the fuck out of people inside of a bar room. Stone Cold and Booker T beating the fuck out of each other in a fucking supermarket on aisle 6. That's what we remember because it's epic. You just put matches out there for what? Fill up TV time? And with our short attention spans in 2022, we can all stop and go, this is awesome! This is awesome! And then we wait 2 minutes, we let them do some more flips and dives, and then we all chant, fight forever! Fight forever! And then at the end, you go on social media and you go, wow, that was a banger! Did you guys see the banger? And then you wonder why pro wrestling has fucking died, if not on life support. Whoa, are we fucking amplified? Well, probably pissed off a lot of people there. I understand. I'm dealing in facts here, man. I've seen the ratings decline to a point where it's just pathetic. I've seen us have to cling on to hope for the last 5 years plus for no fucking reason other than people have been careless with pro wrestling. Pro wrestling has sucked for years. And today's fan just wants to see bangers of scripted wrestling. It's fucking scripted. It's pre-planned. it's scripted. It's planned. It's not like they're actually in athletic competition. Fuck it. Fuck it. Let me put the banger out, basically. I want to see the frog splash again, man. I haven't seen it in 6 minutes, man. It was 2 matches ago that I last saw the frog splash. Come on, basically. Let me just say one more DDT, man. Just one more DDT. It's been 3.5 minutes. Basically, if I could just get one more suicide dive in this show, man, I will have seen 14 suicide dives in this one Monday Night Raw. Come on, Baisley, just let me get the banger, Baisley. 10 years I've been trying to, you've been getting your fucking bangers. Let's meet in the middle, right? Let's all come together here, right? Let's meet in the middle. How about we meet in the middle and we say this? When BC gets the larger-than-life characters inside of captivating storylines, then we can mix that with a banger. And that's when wrestling is at its fucking best. You can have all the Quake at the Lakes with all these gimmick matches that nobody really gives a fuck deep down about. You can have all of that, and you'll still fail to hit 1 million viewers like Tony Khan did again, 978. With the return, we all thought it was going to be Omega or Punk. It ended up being Punk, and they still couldn't hit a fucking million. You can have all that and then wonder why business isn't booming. Or you could just think, maybe BC, even though he's wild on the tube, right? He's a wild podcaster, that BC. He's fucking nutty, that one. But maybe he's correct. Maybe he's correct. Maybe we don't have to theme every Wednesday show and put a cute little Quake at the Lake name, or Fighter Fest, or a Fight for the Fallen, or a Beach Blast, or a fucking Bash at the Beach, or Booyaka Booyaka at the Beach, or Beach Bosoms. You don't have to theme every Wednesday. Every match doesn't have to be a gimmick. Every week, Mox doesn't have to be sporting the Crimson Mask. I don't know if there's one match that Mox has that he doesn't fucking bleed. You don't have to do all of the bells and whistles every week. All you really have to do is what MJF and Wardlow did. Captivate us. Captivate our attention. Remember what MJF said before he left 2 months ago? He said, you all are just upset that I don't have to do all those flying flips and dives and risk my life. I don't need all the bells and whistles. I go out there and I just sell me. And it's so true, man. It's so true. The best part of AEW since its inception, the best part about AEW has been MJF. The best part has been sitting right underneath Tony Khan's nose the entire time, and he fails to even realize it. As MJF said, maybe you would treat me with the same respect if I was a WWE X guy. Maybe. Damn! That was big, man. And real quick, man. The WWE Quarterly Earnings Report for Q2, ending on, I believe, June 30th. That has been postponed. That call was supposed to be today. Or at least the main part of that call and report has been postponed because of the recent Vince McMahon allegations and the extra $5 million that was wrongfully placed. Mismanaged on purpose, obviously. Unaccounted for. Put in the wrong fucking period. Wherever it ended up. That's $5 extra million, putting the total nearly $20 million. To the point where WWE could not even do their earnings report today. How fucking sad is that? And then you wonder why Vince McMahon's in a whirl of shit. There you go. Let's get those ups over 250, guys. I just saw we're over 200 now. Even though I probably pissed everybody off with my fucking truth bombs. But that's what it is. If you want wrestling to be really great again, trust my words. We're gonna need storylines. That goes for Tony Khan, not just Triple H. Without storylines, you can have all the bangers you want, bro. You can have every Melty Boy 6 and 7 star classic that you want. You can have 100 titles in your company. Nothing's gonna fucking matter. Without storylines, you got jack shit. 250 up. Thank you, guys. Let's head to 300 now. Woo! Yo, I see 100 banger up in there. I'm going to get over to my super VIPs right now. Let me try to get my VIPs up in here, my super chats. Hold on, man. I'll get to that 100 banger in just a little bit. Trust me on that shit, man. Godswilla is starting this thing off with that 5-star. What up, Godswilla? Bray Wyatt deserves that big stage of WWE, and that's not a biased fan. That's me knowing his worth and what he can do for a company. No doubt. I just hope it's correct this time. He was always booked good in WWE. I always said that. The problem was Vince always had him lose the big matches, like Goldberg Super Showdown, like Hell in a Cell with Rollins, like WrestleMania with Randy Orton, and so many others. For the most part, though, he was always booked good. So now Triple H, all he has to do is continue to book him strong and then have him win the really big matches. Once you do that, Bray will be off to the stratosphere. And I just don't think that Tony Khan knows what to do with somebody like Bray Wyatt. He barely knows what to do with somebody like Malachi Black. In fact, he still doesn't know what to do with Malachi. Colin, $4.99. HLA means hot lesbian action back in 2002 when Eric Bischoff called a 3-minute warning on them. Yeah, after I questioned what you were talking about yesterday, a lot of people told me exactly what HLA was. I had totally forgotten, to be honest with you. I don't know how BC forgot about hot lesbian action, but I did forget. And I also, man, 3-minute warning was a cool gimmick, I thought. I used to love when Eric Bischoff would come out and go, "You're about 3 minutes over your limit." And all of a sudden, 3-minute warning would come out. Yeah, Colin, I found that out afterwards, man. Much love and respect. That's funny. Blast from the past. Ron C, 23, $1.99. Shout out to you, BC. You deserve it. Ampute it. Rocket ship. Ampute it. Much love over to Troy. I just saw Troy come in here with another fucking banger, man. I'm going to get to these in a second. Troy, that just went up fucking red, man. Damn. You guys are incredible today, bruh. I'm just glad that there was no connection issues and we could do the whole show. But you guys are fucking phenomenal today, man. I can't even... And I've just been yelling the whole hour. I've just been letting it out, man. This is my, 7th coffee? And I've just been fucking amplified this whole motherfucker. But I'm dropping nothing but truth bombs. People might not agree with me. They may not like what I'm saying, but everything I'm saying is just to help pro wrestling get better. But damn, you guys are just top fucking notch. Troy, you're already getting all the love in the chat. All the fire, all the bombs, man. All the banger bombs, we call them. You're already seeing all that, dude. I'm going to get to that in a second. Let me get back over to Ron C. and just say thank you, Ron C. Always good seeing you up in here, man. Osea Weidman. I gave you a shout out earlier, Osea, for the super thanks. That thanks button, when we're not live, there's a thanks button down below. Never needed, but I always appreciate that. I always think it's kind of cool, man. The comment will light up on its own, and that means there's a super thanks. And I looked over and I was like, Osea, I should have known. Osea, $9.99 says, BC, I heard several reports that Bray is coming back real soon with creative control in the WWE. I'm hearing the same thing, Osea. We talked earlier about John Cena Karrion Kross laying down, planting some more seeds. And I don't want to say too much of what I'm hearing, just in case I'm wrong, which I've been in the past. My people down in Florida are good. They're usually right, but, you know, we're wrong sometimes. So I don't want to disguise myself as a reporter. I am hearing some things, though, and it's really good. So as a Bray Wyatt channel, great shit is in the works, and I really hope Triple H does right by him. Osea Weidman. Let me give a proper salut. A. Merrick's up in here. Long time since I've seen A. Merrick up in the chat. 5 Spot says, long time no see. Live chat. I'm still catching up on videos, though. Cheers to that. Cheers, A. Merrick. I know you're living life, man, whooping ass. It's okay. Stop by every once in a while, smash the up, say what's up to BC. That's all I ask. A. Merrick, always good seeing you, dude. JR9 Gaming. A 5 and a 2 by my right-hand man on the channel, JR9. JR says, 5 Spot, Fightful have reported today that WWE higher-ups believe the company will bring Bray back. I hope his return is at Clash, so I'll witness it in person. Yeah, JR9, we don't even need Sean Ross for this. I mean, you're pretty smart to this biz. I think all the evidence, man, all these seeds being planted, I think it's all pointed to one thing, Bray's return. And you might be in luck. Clash seems to be it. It's the perfect place to do this, and it sets up Saudi Arabia a month later, where you know you're going to need somebody like Bray. So, JR9, I don't see any other fucking way that it's not going to be at the Clash. Witness it live, man. Give me the 411 on the crowd reaction live, dude. And JR9 says another themed AEW next week, House of the Dragon. Are you fucking kidding me? Oh, yeah. Isn't that like an Amazon Prime thing, a partnership or something, or one of those streaming services? And now they're doing Dynamite House of the Dragon next week. They're not going to learn their lesson, man. You can't just theme every Wednesday night. HBO, thank you, God. Yeah, I think it's HBO, maybe. Unreal, man. Well, here we go. Dynamite, House of the Dragon. You know, by the time you get to the pay-per-view, which is all out on September 4th, people are going to call your bluff. That's why this is not good, guys. You're theming every Wednesday night with like a pay-per-view title, and by the time you get to All Out, people are going to remember a Fyter Fest or Fight for the Fallen or Quake at the Lake or House of the Dragon. Oh, and now it's just All Out. That's how people think subconsciously, guys. JR9, good call on that. I totally forgot to even mention that. Mr. Damaco Endurance, 2-spot. Mr. Damaco Endurance, 2-spot. Can Raw and SmackDown be TV 14 and pay-per-views be TV MA? I wish, bro. Could you imagine if they had an MA? I don't think they can, though. Of course, they could do whatever they want, but I think they still want the core audience that's watching the shows to watch their pay-per-views and not be that much of a drastic difference. Because Mr. Damaco Endurance, that MA is a worlds of difference, man. At that point, you can start fucking parade around Sable's fucking nipples again. Do you guys remember when Sable was fucking, all she did was like, she just put some paint over her breast and she would walk around the ring, basically fucking butt-ass naked nearly. I mean, you could start doing shit like that with a TVMA, bro. Thank you, dude. PB Silipride, 2-spot. Sorry, I'm late. Camping. Oh, that's the dude. Do your thing, dude. I'm just happy you showed up and said, what's up, man? Smash that up. We're getting close to 300 PB Silipride live during the Thursday afternoon stream. So, PB Silipride, it's just good seeing you up in here, man. Kick some camping ass, man. That's always fun. TJG Dudon, one of my blasts from the fucking past, with 100 banger, brah. Hey, BC in the amp unit, I'm back in character. And to BC, I never won at the ratings war. I never won at the rating wars either in that video game. Much love to everyone. Couple of things, TJG Dudon. Good seeing that name back up here, bro. First, salute, man. Right off the jump. Just seeing you up in here. And that 100 banger, I tell you all the time, it ain't needed, dude. But it's highly appreciated. That's a lot of fucking boxes of pods of coffee. Appreciate that, man. Big time. As far as the ratings, TJG Dadon, and when I say like I would put together every gimmick match imaginable for my card. I'm talking about Raw versus SmackDown. I think it was 2008-7, the video game. You could go up against SmackDown as a general manager or vice versa. And I could not, no matter how many gimmick matches I put together, SmackDown always whooped my fucking ass. So, at least TJG Dadon says it was him as well, dude. BC's not alone on that shit. That's funny. I'm sure it was a lot of you guys, man, could not win in those damn ratings wars in that damn video game. Dude, good to see you back and in character with that name, man. So good to see you up in here. Thank you for the fucking 100 banger, dude. Not even needed. The fact that you guys are showing that support on a fucking Thursday afternoon. I said it once, I'll say it a million times, I'll say it a million more. We are the fucking best in this community, man. People like TJG Dadon. That's why we're the fucking best. We're not even done, dude. After that 100 banger, Troy Gates, TJG to Dawn, out of character. Troy Gates with another 100 banger, dog. Another 100 for the show. The show must go on. Damn, Troy Gates. Bangers up in the chat. Come on. More bangers, man. I know you guys are throwing up the fire and the bombs and the fucking electricity and the coffees. More. Come on, where are you at, unit? Where are you at? I'm on a delay, but I want to start seeing that shit. JR9, fuck yeah. Pile driver finisher, fuck yeah. James Shrimp Fajitas, Gregory R. All that love is for you, TJG to Dawn, Troy Gates, Anthony Bowley, Alexa, Tony, Carlos, DeMonte, Malachi, Ariel, Renee G, Jack Brewer, Joseph Ramos, Eddie, Patrick, Marie Applewhite, fuck yeah, Melissa, Sean, Gregory, Bloopity, Troy Gates. Troy Gates is getting us all Matt Riddle scooters, guys. We're rolling out of this stream in style, man, thanks to Troy Gates. Awesome, man, awesome. Hold on, guys, I'm not done with the stream. Hold on, please. Hold on, I'm not done, man. We got some more supers too, man. Outside of those 100 bangers by Troy fucking Gates, William F., one of my tried and trues with that 10 spot. YouTube failed in notifications today, so I'm a little late. I agree with everything you said about AEW. William F., a couple of things. Number one, thank you for understanding, man. I yell, I bitch, I moan, I complain, I rant because I give a fuck. I want to see the best for AEW. It's the same reason I won't sip the Triple H Kool-Aid on the WWE side of things. I just want the best for everybody. And to do that, I have to be honest and truthful. A lot of people will not like that. They'll disagree. I disagree, Beasley. That's fine. I don't need to hear about it. I know what I know. Everything I said today, like I always say, is 1,000,000% truth. It's not even opinion because I've surrounded my truth via facts. So William F., I appreciate you taking what I'm saying and acknowledging it for the truth that it is. Having the fucking common sense to understand fact from fiction. That's why I love people like William F. up on this channel. Everyone can have their own opinion and differences, of course. But if we just start arguing or disagreeing over factual shit, like pro wrestling needs storylines and larger-than-life characters back, if we start then you're just being foolish. It's absolute foolish. William F., I can't say enough, man. Always good to see you up in here, man. One of my tried and trues. For a long time up in here, William F. Man, Troy Gates, you still getting all that love up in that chat, bro. Troy Gates, you still getting all that love, but I gotta be honest, man. Now you got us all scooters to ride out of the stream. DeMonte Mabry, if you go up in your chat a little bit, DeMonte got us all vehicles, man. DeMonte got us all cars to ride out of today's stream. So go up a little bit. You're gonna see DeMonte. I gotta go back up. DeMonte got them. Half of you are gonna have red cars, the other half are gonna have blue cars. Maybe there's some fucking nice Lexuses, maybe some Audis, maybe some BMWs. Anyway, thank you, DeMonte. I appreciate that shit. William F. Oh, and by the way, William F., about YouTube failing to notify you. We've been having issues this whole week with you. I've been having it for 6 years since I've had the channel, 5 to 6 years. So I didn't expect anything to change in today's stream. They never want to notify people, man. They don't want to see the channel grow, and that's fine. That's fine. Because slowly but surely we will anyway. And it doesn't fucking matter. I'm going to be fucking live. I'm going to speak my truth. The people that are going to be here are going to catch it. And whoever doesn't get notified while we're live, hopefully they catch it when it's up on the channel. That's the best I can say. Because the Tube, you cannot count on them to help this channel, because they won't. I'm too controversial for the Tube. Yeah, okay. Ashley Stegels, 1799, says, I will say this, and I don't care what people think of me for it, but Bret Hart versus the British Bulldog is hands down the best match to ever happen on British soil, followed by Cena and HBK on Raw in 2007. Those matches were bangers! Ashley, I can't say you're wrong because of the meaning behind the Bulldog and Bret Hart. You know, it's not just the match itself, which was so good, and probably one of, if not the best British Bulldog singles match ever. But the meaning that was behind it, I mean, you guys remember the storyline. They didn't hide the fact that they were family. They made that the story, you know? And there's this, remember, British Bulldog's wife is Bret Hart's sister. And we always remember Diana. She was in that story. That's what I mean, man. I miss stories, bro. That was so fun back in the day. You knew while you were watching that match and they were showing Diana's face. You knew. Man, this finish, so much is riding on it. Not just a change in champion. This is their fucking life on the line, right? Back then, you know it's storyline. Even as a kid, you knew that it was story. You knew that it was scripted. But you jumped fully into it. You know, you believed wholeheartedly. And you really, like, you felt for Bret Hart when he was looking up at Bulldog and Diana was hugging him. I mean, you felt the pain in Bret Hart. I mean, that's what I mean. So, Ashley, yeah, you ain't going to get a disagreement from BC, man. I absolutely agree, actually. Good to see you up in here, man. Thank you for the coffees. Eddie with a $6.99. Eddie says a storyline that'd be good for AEW is an ownership dispute between TK and an angry employee/staff that found a loophole to overtake the company. Eddie, you can do that. I just want MJF or somebody prevalent to really have that authority storyline. Somebody to really mesh good. And then Tony Khan has to go all in with it or all out. But Tony Khan has to really say, okay, I'm doing it, man. I'm a character now, and we're going to do this. But if it's not going to be done correctly, Tony Khan should not be involved in any storyline. Because he's going to have to jump in, and then you're going to have to really do the authority angle. AEW eventually is going to have to do it. So, Eddie, I absolutely agree. And that's a good fucking starting ground. Godswilla, 2-spot. Who would you have Bray have his first feud with when he comes back? Godswilla, I would have... I mean, he's going to get a tremendous pop, but he works just better as a heel. He should be a heel, and I would have him absolutely decimate a face. I would not do something epic from the jump like an Edge or anything. I would start with something like a Rey Mysterio. Yep. Something that you know Bray is going to win. And the storyline leading up is Bray Wyatt. Bray Wyatt's the fucking focal point. Rey Mysterio has to foot the bill for it. He's got to carry a load, so to speak, because that type of feud would be more about Bray, less about Ray. Sorry, not sorry. At this stage in Ray's career, he's doing that kind of middle flux role anyway. There's no better than for Bray Wyatt. But I would start something really cool with them. Could even do Dominic, I guess, man. Dominic deserves something special, a good pay-per-view match. But I would start from the bottom. Sucks to say Ray's at the bottom, but he's mid-card. You know he is now, guys. I would start around there, or superstars like that. And because it has to, if you start off with somebody like Edge, it's got to be 250-50. Edge has to have a lot of that story, a lot of the pacing. Edge has to have a big part of that pay-per-view match. I don't want to just start off with that type of a banger. I want to work our way up to establishing Bray again. And for 6 months up front, start at the bottom. Just start running over motherfuckers, kind of. But big names still, like Ray. That's what I would do. Totally unorthodox, I know, but I have my own plans. You know, my creativity is different than a lot of others. I have my ways that I want to build motherfuckers and have them captivate an audience. I just don't think the Edge thing right from the jump would. Or somebody like Drew McIntyre. It's just from the gate. Why? Why do something like that from the jump? Why would you do Drew and Bray right from the jump? It doesn't make sense, man. Drew shouldn't be losing another match like that anyway. You sure as hell can't have Bray lose it. I would start from the bottom. Godswilla. Chubless the Bear, 2-spot. BC, I'm just turning in, so WWF is back, question mark. Chubless, good to see you up in here. I don't think WWF is back. They're never going to get the WWF name. That's the World Wildlife Fund. Yeah, that's the WWF will never come back. They got sued out of their fucking jammas a long time ago. But if you're talking about, maybe you're saying because it might go back to 2 hours Monday Night Raw, so then we're talking about old school WWE. Then yes, we could be going back to that. Not the name, though. Not WWF. Chubb was the Bear. Good seeing you up in here, dude. Hold on. There's some more, guys. That was the last round. Man, you guys are crushing this Thursday afternoon, dude. PB Silla Pride. PB Silla Pride with a fitty banger, bro. Not just camping, going to the casino, too. A fitty banger. Did you guys give the props over to PB Silla Pride? Damn, props over to PB. Thank you, Jaranon. We got another fucking banger, bro. Troy Gates dropping 100 banger. Then Troy Gates again, under character name, TJG to Dawn. 200 banger by my fucking tried and true Troy Gates. And then fucking PB Silla Pride just came out of nowhere with a 50 banger, bro. I hope you're feeling that love up in here, man. I don't know if you're already at the casino or camping, but I hope you're feeling all that love, dude. Because that chat is giving it up for you, dude. Let me go back. I didn't even read it. Yeah, PB Silla Pride. Oh, yeah, yes, I did. Not just camping, going to the casino. Which casino, dude? Not saying that the amp unit isn't going to go fucking gamble with you, but I hope it's a fun casino, man. DeMonte's sending over his car to pick you up, man. You can pick between the red or the blue. Thank you for your services, DeMonte. JR9's fucking giving some of his fucking lucky dice over to you, bro. James Shrimp Fajitas. Everybody's dropping the fucking bangs down. Hell yeah. Troy Gates picked the red, by the way. He gets first dibs. Troy Gates gets first dibs with those 100 bangers. He's choosing the red ones. Too funny, man. Dude, you can travel by boat. George Lloyd is bringing over the boats. Man, you guys are getting fucking... I don't know where all this money is coming from. If you think BC's footing the bill because it's a tremendous super chat day, hell no, brah. Let's go to the coffees. Oh, you guys are the best, man. Carlos! Much love, brother. Carlos Ray. Thanks for stopping by, man. I know we're going toward an hour and a half. I'm gonna try to end this in a little bit, but Carlos, I'm glad we had function today, dude. There was no connection issues. We'll check you, Carlos. Hold on, I'm not even done. PB Silla Pride, bro. Kick ass at the casino, man. I was just there a couple weeks ago. I dropped a 5 spot. I totally shit the bed. I failed. I had a jobber exit. Nobody gave a fuck. I think as I was leaving the casino, they actually just shut the music off. That's how bad I did. Jimmy Fingers 19's up in this bitch. 1019. On what planet does 130-pound Darby Allin beat 290-pound Brody King? Probably the same planet that Dan Garcia beat Bryan Danielson after a 2-month layoff. Jimmy Fingers, I know, man. But if you say it, you piss people off and they cry. I love the match, you know, and then they disagree, they cry, they say you're being stupid, you're not seeing the bigger picture. There's no bigger picture when Dan Garcia beats Bryan Danielson. There's no bigger picture, man. Stop it. Bryan Danielson's going fucking the limit with Hangman Page and Kenny Omega. Time limit draws. But Dan Garcia got him. Come on, stop. Don't feed me that shit, man. You can disagree all you want, but don't try to feed me that shit. Not happening. I don't know what planet Jimmy Fingers 19, but trust me, I'm glad you think the way you do. We're on the same fucking planet at least. Jimmy Fingers 19 with another 519 says, I want to see Bray Wyatt back with a reformed Wyatt family with Rowan, Braun, and Dexter Lumis. And they pay homage to Brody Lee and wreck everyone. I'm hearing that Red might actually go, who was Rowan, he might be going over to AEW next week in some type of a segment. So I don't think you're going to see Rowan back anytime soon. But it would be really cool to see Dexter Lumis and Bray Wyatt do some work together. I don't know how. I don't want Bray necessarily to be in a team, but you bring up a damn interesting fucking couple there, man. Dexter Lumis and Bray Wyatt. Facing each other, I don't want to see because both would be heels, or in my WWE, they would be. Bray Wyatt works much better that way, and we know Dexter does. But that's an interesting fucking combo. Jimmy Fingers 19. Good to see you up in here, man. Savage, 1024, the Punisher. 2-spot. BC, I've hit the like button with a Judas effect. It's the backwards elbow, right? I almost went forward. That like button just got a fucking Judas effect. Savage, I appreciate that. You're one of the ones that got it over 300 on the ups on a Thursday afternoon. So it ain't just the super chats that you guys are absolutely fucking banging out. We're going toward 400 on the ups now live. Savage 1024, the Punisher. Judas effect, that motherfucker. Jimmy Figures 19, 219. The like button just got a coffin drop for 303. So 303 was a coffin drop by Jimmy Fingers 19. Was it like Brody? And he just falls into the casket and it falls? Oh, bro. Itzy Issex. Hopefully I said that correctly. Itzy Issex, 199. I would like them to do EO versus Asuka, WrestleMania 39, bro. Itzy CX. You put a story with that? Be prepared for a fucking... You want a banger? Yeah, EO versus Asuka with a really good storyline? That's a fucking banger. So that makes both of us, man. I would love to see that. Even if it's not out of Mania, you give them a couple months. Because the match would be good, obviously. But again, I want to care about it more. I want layers to be involved. I just don't want to see two people in there because they're good workers. I'm not going to act like they're in real competition. Pro wrestling is not supposed to be about that. Godswilla, 5-spot. Eventually have the match that I have dreamed of. Bray versus Kross. True. Godswilla, just like Dexter Lumis and Bray Wyatt. Karrion Kross and Bray Wyatt, man. And that's what Karrion Kross planted the seed, too. He had him and Scarlett versus Alexa and Bray in that post that he put up. The repost from a fan. I mean, how fucking epic would that be? Again, the problem would be, though, Fiend would still be the heel, right? Bray would be the heel. You got to believe Karrion would be, too. I don't necessarily like that. That's the one thing I wouldn't like with Dexter and Bray and Karrion. I'm not a big fan of heel versus heel. You would have to do it literally, perfectionately. Perfectionately. But yeah, think about Karrion and Bray, just like Dexter and Bray. Now Triple H now that's why I can give even more a round of applause to H. He's bringing in storytellers, not just 5'7", 165-pound soaking wet gymnasts. He's bringing in storytellers like Dexter Lumis, Karrion Kross, and soon Bray Wyatt. Godswill, appreciate it. Savage, 1024, the Punisher, 10-spot. Jay Lethal should be holding a title in AEW for years with Sanjay and Saddam. Sin, we could be in for a captivating title run. It's a shame. Savage, 1024. I don't know how long you've been with the channel, but you've been one of the fucking tried and trues lately, I can tell you that. Much love and appreciation and respect. Thank you. But I have said for the longest how high I am on Jay Lethal. And it's a shame that for so long, Jay Lethal is just basically a Rampage clown. You have to tune in on Rampage, and you might see Jay Lethal. On Wednesdays, you might see him for a couple of minutes real quick. It's a shame. Jay Lethal is so good, and he can put storylines on his back, and he makes everybody he works with that much better. Don't believe me? Go back and watch Ric Flair's last match from last weekend. That's what Jay Lethal can do. Absolutely agree. Savage 1024, the Punisher, and PB Silla Pride. Fucking A, just dropped down the 50 banger just a few minutes ago. A 2-spot, Soaring Eagle, Mount Pleasant, Michigan. I've never been, bro, but it sounds like a damn good fucking place and an even better casino to rock the dice on. Remember, PB Silipride, if you start losing a lot at the tables, don't be ashamed to take a 20 and go to the slot machines, man. Play the penny machines. But be careful, because when you max bet in pennies, sometimes that's up to $3 a pop. So that's how they get you. You think you're playing pennies, so it's going to last longer, but the max bet is actually $3 a pop. Anyway, PB Silipride, man. Rock out Michigan on this fucking Thursday afternoon. PB Silipride, honestly, dude, thank you, man. Always, man. I love seeing you tried and trues up in here, man. Just seeing the names pop up, I'm like, yeah, La Familia, that's my peeps. But to see you guys still drop support like that, it's second to none, man. In fact, Savage 1024, just a second ago, with another 10 spots, says, imagine a story between Sasha Banks and Britt Baker. Picture this, at WrestleMania, they face each other for a championship, either AEW or WWE. I would go insane. Bro, I'm with you. I've said that in the past. When I thought that there was a possibility Sasha could go to AEW, I thought Britt Baker first. Britt Baker, and I love Athena, Ember Moon, and thinking about what they could do with some actual time and hopefully a storyline. But I thought of Britt Baker because I knew that would be the best story, not just a really good match. So Savage 1024, the Punisher. I hope, even though Sasha's obviously not leaving WWE, she's going to be back on TV really soon, by Clash, easily. I hope one day, like you said, I don't give a fuck where it is. I do hope one day we can see Sasha Banks versus Britt Baker. Without question, man. Bruh, I think I got everybody somehow. I mean, this was a fucking wild Thursday afternoon stream. You guys brought the fucking momentum, the energy, the amplification. That just got BC more amplified. And before you know it, we're over an hour and a half of amplification. Fucking it. Don't need the notes anymore, man. Guys, appreciate it. You guys are the fucking best. I say it all the time, and because of that, double live stream tomorrow. Hopefully the connection lasts. We're going to be right back for the Amplified Live tomorrow afternoon. And then tomorrow night, I want to do 2 hours full live reaction watch-along of SmackDown. So I really hope that most of you guys can join me tomorrow, man. During SmackDown, I'm going to be live. So if I get it, if you want to listen to Michael Cole and Pat McAfee, come in and out during the stream, you know, every 5, 10, 20 minutes, come in, say what's up, see what we're talking about, maybe. Or maybe stay the whole 2 hours, man, listen to BC's alternate commentary. But I want to be live with you guys for SmackDown tomorrow. It looks like I am going to have that 2 hours to do such. So we'll see. But either way, you're definitely going to get Amplified Live for tomorrow. Woo! To all my Super Chat VIPs, that guys, the support you show the channel, it's unlike anything else, man. And I appreciate the hell out of you guys. And Troy Gates, TJG the Dawn, Troy, those 100 bangers, bro, that's a lot of pods of coffee. You're going to keep BC amped for a long time to come. PB Silipride. PB Silipride is gambling, and he's also throwing $50 in coffee over to BC. So I'm guessing those fucking machines are going to get double, triple, quadruple that amount, bro. Rock that shit, PB. Thank you guys, man. Roger, James, Patrick, Sherrod, Renee, Warwick, JR9. You, man. JR9, always appreciate you, man. Clash is coming up, JR9. You pumped? William F., Sir Charles, Damien, Roger, check you. Dante Jaron 23, last second, 199. Has Sasha and Athena ever had a match? Yes. JR9, I am correct, right? I'm trying to think where. Where did they have the match? Ooh. JR9, Athena versus Sasha. Correct me on that. Dante Jaron 23, I believe I did see that match. Man, I'm on a delay. Somebody let me know in the chat, man. When, not just if they did. Was it in Raw, Fatal 4-Way? So maybe a Fatal 4-Way. So maybe not one-on-one then. Ooh, then you would have to see. Yeah, so you would have to see. Oh, man, that's a shame, man. Not just Britt Baker and Sasha, but you got to see Ember Moon, Athena and Sasha, man. JR9 says Natty versus Ember versus Alexa versus Sasha was Raw in 2018. That was it. So Dante Jaren 23, not one-on-one, bro. Dude, I didn't even fucking realize that. Ooh, imagine it. Just imagine it, brah. Damn. I thought I saw that match. I've seen so many epic Sasha Banks matches, I kind of get a little bit fucking lost in it. All right, guys, I'm going to keep you here another fucking hour, man. PB Silverpride ain't going to be able to fucking gamble, and Troy Gates ain't going to be able to drive away in that new red car that DeMonte just got him. Much love, guys. I'm going to go whoop today's ass so I can be with you twice tomorrow, hopefully. 2 live streams. I hope the connection lasts. But check you guys, man. No music, man. I don't want to fucking... I didn't have any to start with. I just wanted the connection to be straight. So we're going to have a jobber exit, but you guys fucking rock, and we will do this again tomorrow. Top guy, and I'm out. BC saying check you later. Think. Be. Live. Amplified. Always. Check you guys. Salud.